The El Nino weather phenomenon has brought on severe drought in Bolivia, putting precarious water supplies to some of the country's major cities further at risk. The National Emergencies and Disasters Council, or CONRAD, has announced an orange alert, releasing relief funds for the most affected areas of 4 cities. Reservoirs across the country are at an alarmingly low level, and many Bolivians are complaining that they do not have access to water. In Miluni, the local reservoir has almost completely dried up. It has not been raining during the past few years, last year and this year. It has only rained a little, but it is not enough, because the land is still very dry. Oxfam Bolivia says that Bolivia is very susceptible to the effects of climate change.
Bolivia es uno de los países más vulnerables a lo que es el impacto
Bolivia is one of the countries that is most vulnerable to the effects of climate change because of high poverty levels and inequality, which above all affect the indigenous population. Different ecological levels, which are fragile, mean that climate changes cause great volatility. According to an official estimate, 8,500 families and 2.6 million livestock have been affected by water shortages. Water is already scarce in El Alto, a sprawling low-class satellite city north of La Paz. Almost 1 million people live in El Alto, and most homes lack running water.
There is only a small amount of water available in the evening. It's difficult to wash clothes and bathe the children.
El Nino is driven by abnormal heating of the eastern Pacific. The phenomenon is believed to be aggravated by global warming and has slowed rainfall in Bolivia for 2 months. Some 1,500 animals have already died according to the Ministry of Agriculture, but the extent of the losses and damage has not yet been calculated. Water reserves serving the cities of La Paz and El Alto have dropped by 70%. If rain does not fall within the next 3 weeks, water restrictions will have to be put in place. El Nino weather patterns are expected to continue until April or May of next year.
Oxfam, por ejemplo, está planteando que para el 2020...
Oxfam argues that by 2020, there should be a 40% cut in emissions, compared with levels in 1990. That said, the damage is done, and even though emissions will be cut, the planet continues to heat. The report that we published last week shows that people are feeling the effects of climate change. The delay of the international community in reaching an accord is killing people. A new report released by Oxfam said Bolivia will be hit hard by glacial retreat, natural disasters, disease, fires, and erratic weather patterns in coming years, all the effects of climate change. This is despite the fact that Bolivia is one of the world's lowest emitters of greenhouse gases, responsible for just 0.35% of world emissions in the year 2000. TITV Weekly.